Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new episode of Toytography Live. This is our first episode of 2025. So we're going live in 2025. I like that. Coin
Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome back.
Hey Dan. Hey Dan. Yeah, so it's good to be back. Good to see everybody. Glad
Remember
you guys
that.
have been able to join us. I hope you guys had a great Christmas and you guys had a great New Year. I definitely had some really good stuff going on and some things that I will actually share with all of you today. Because oh my gosh, we have so much information to share with you guys today. It's we're gonna try to keep it short, but it's a lot to share. There's definitely a lot to share. For those of
New
you
Year's
who saw the
extravaganza.
for those of you who saw the announcements, I did mention that Johnny Woo, Sergeant Bananas, was going to be live today, but unfortunately he was not able to make it today. So he'll be joining us at a later date. So we'll let you guys know when that time will happen. So yeah, but even still, like I said, we have quite a bit to share with you guys, a few surprises as well. So before we get started with everything, definitely want to give a shout out to the people who are willing to, uh, the ones who are helping to make this possible. So let's see. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna jump right over to these guys. Let me see. I have them up right now. So first and foremost, we want to give a shout out to Jazz Inc. They're the ones that are responsible for the amazing details for a lot of the Batman content that you see. I've actually purchased a few things from them, but right now they are taking pre-orders for the Catwoman. This is the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman based on the Batman Returns movie. And I've already seen the details in this, and I mean it just looks amazing. So there's three different versions that you can pre-order. There's the clean version. There's also the battle damage version, and then there's a version where you can get both. So you'll have all the detail in this figure. But in addition to getting the pre-order, I'm sorry, in addition to the figure that you get, you also get this nice diorama piece that's set up, which again, it's just the detail that they put into their products is absolutely amazing. I actually own the bat signal, and I also own the vulture figure that they made. So yeah, they just are top notch in their stuff. So definitely do not want to miss out on that. Next one we'll give props to is Odd Frog Entertainment. They are currently taking pre-orders for the Bandito. This is a 112 scale customizable car. And I've seen the details in this as well, and I mean it is just absolutely amazing. I'm super excited about getting this car because normally I collect 1/6 scale figures, but lately I've been kind of dabbing a little bit into the 112 scale. So this kind of just adds right into what I'm planning on getting because I just like having just extra accessories. It's nice to have cool figures and take pictures of cool figures, but it's even greater when you have some accessories, extra accessories to go with those figures. So this is definitely one of you can go to Odd Frog Entertainment and you can pre-order the Bandito. They're also taking pre-orders for the El Bandita, the lowrider version of this, which again is another customizable car. So you can pre-order it at Odd Frog Entertainment, or you can go to nerdzoic.com and also pre-order that. And lastly, want to give a shout out to 1/6 Kit for all of your 1/6 scale and 112 scale figures. I believe they have some 1/4 as well, I believe.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
but yeah, they have some amazing stuff. I always like doing business with Kit because I mean he is good customer service and the dude is absolutely hilarious. So I just like doing business with him all the time. Absolutely a great guy to do business with. So head over to 1/6 Kit and pick up. They take pre-orders as well, so you're welcome to do that. So yeah, some nice stuff. So I'm gonna jump right into um, some news that we have for Toytography. Uh, like I said, it's quite a bit going on. We actually just made an announcement. I believe it was Sunday.
Yeah, I think you posted it then.
Yes, Sunday we are doing a a open call for what we are calling the Toytography Challenge. Now, I'm be careful with this because there's still some things that we want to keep as a surprise. So we're not going to be revealing too much. We're not going to be sharing anything. But one thing I can say right off the bat is this is not going to be your typical uh, photography contest. I know that other places, other groups have had their toy photography contests. I have not seen a contest that was done like this.
Well, I'll
Uh,
tell you what, you guys got to be hanging on to the edge of your seats because
yeah,
this is going to be pretty friggin' cool.
yes, yeah. I mean, I cannot participate in this, and I'm wishing that I was because the thing is just, it is just an absolutely exciting thing. So let me show you real quick. I'm gonna go to let me see here. I'm going to pull this up just so you guys can be able to see the page for everything because you guys need to know, when you, for those of you who have not seen it, you'll get a chance to see this for right now. But this is the sign up page for the Toytography Challenge. Now, all you have to do is fill out the information. You can put in your Instagram URL, or if you have a link to a portfolio, like if you don't have Instagram, you can just put a link to a portfolio or somewhere where we can see the images that you want to show, because that's what we're doing. We're showing or we're taking a look at people's profiles so we can see if they're a good fit. Because here's the thing, I know I mean, so far since we made the announcement, we've had a lot of submissions already, people who want to be a part of this contest. But out of all the submissions, we are only going to pick five. Uh,
Five.
yeah, so we have to look at all the profiles and look at the right candidates for this challenge, because like I said, this is not going to be just your regular kind of toy photography contest. This is something that's going to be very unique, and so it's going to be a very very exciting time. And so yeah, you want to make sure that you have your portfolio in so we can take a look at it and look at all the candidates, because once we well, like I say, before we pick the five, we will be pretty much contacting everyone who's submitted, because we're going to be doing conducting our own little interviews and everything to find the right candidates for what we're going to do. Because, like I said, it is very very unique. It's going to be, gosh, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So yeah, so that's what we have going on for the Toytography Challenge. So if you do toy photography and you feel that your toy photography is good and worthy of putting it on the line and competing with other toy photographers, then go to toytographymag.com/challenge and submit the information so that we can have it on file. We can go ahead and look at the account. So you will be the winner of this challenge. There's some rewards that we set aside for them, and there's also a cash prize that we will be giving as well. Now, I'm not going to reveal too much about that, but I'm not talking no $25 gift card. Okay.
You'll be able
I'm
to
not
buy at
talking
least a
no
figure or two.
$50 gift card.
Hey,
This
Brian,
is
would it be fair to say that we're looking for five people for the first iteration of the Toytography Challenge?
Oh, well, see, that's the thing. That's the reason why I also want to say that if you aren't selected for this show, uh, don't don't be discouraged, because this is not the last time that we are going to do this photography contest. This is not the last time. So yeah, just want to just put that out there that you will have other opportunities to join as well for the other stuff. So again, toytographymag.com/challenge, and go ahead and submit your information if you want to be a part of the contest, if you want to enter to this open call. So that's that part. The next thing I want to mention to you guys is we are already getting ready for the March issue of Toytography magazine. So let me see. I'm going to pull up our other one here. So this is our new person that we have for the March issue of Toytography magazine, Thomas Spellman. Uh, I gotta say, I've already uh, had our interview with Thomas, and oh my gosh, there is some amazing information that he shared with me about his photography that we will put into the next issue. I was amazed, and I was totally inspired when I had my interview with Thomas. I mean, he is just an amazing guy. So he will be featured in our March issue of Toytography magazine, and we will also have Vincent from Vasco Toys. He is doing a special diorama just for the magazine, and he's already given me the details as far as what he's going to do. And so again, it is going to be an amazing issue. I mean, what a great way to start off in 2025 with this March issue. It is going to be absolutely amazing. So you definitely want to you can put in your pre-order now. You can go to toytographymag.com /shop, and you'll be able to see the icon that we have for the issue. We have not revealed the front cover yet, but you can still be able to pre-order the March issue. Also, just want to let you know that when we release the March 2025 issue, the March 2024 issue is going to go away. So if you do not have the March 2024 issue, you definitely want to jump on that now. You still have a couple of months to jump on that before that goes away. So once that goes away, it will be replaced with the new March 2025 issue. So yeah, you definitely want to get in on that. And like I said, if you have not seen Thomas's if you haven't seen his work, go to Instagram, and this is his Instagram right here that you look up, Nutty Bicaz, and look up. He's just gosh, I was just blown away by his art. But again, there's some other stuff that I found out about him through our interview that I was like, oh my gosh, dude. It's like it is absolutely amazing. He revealed some amazing stuff where I was just like, dude, he's really on a level that I have not dabbed into. So,
well, and now tell everybody how old he is.
Oh God, see, that was the thing I wanted to keep it as a surprise, but I'll go ahead and do that. So
okay.
yeah, I was.
You guys amazed. Didn't hear me say anything. Just wait until the issue comes out. It's gonna blow you.
Yeah. That's it.
I'll say to Vincent.
We just go off of
the dio.
Go off the looks right now. Yeah. We'll just go off the looks. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna reach out to Vincent too and be like, hey, you should hook us up with a dio, not just for the magazine, but I don't know, maybe for pictures.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna save that card for a later time. But yeah,
I'll buy one from him myself.
That is on my mind for sure. So yes. So with that said, we're going to move on to our next segments. Like I said, what we do every single time we do these sessions is if there's anything noteworthy that we have that we want to share with you guys, anything we picked up for the week, I want to take this opportunity to maybe share with you guys. For those of you who have it, don't have it, this will be just a good time. So uh, I'm going to start off with Dan. Sir, you can go ahead and reveal to everyone the nice things that you picked up.
So UPS FedEx decided to somehow misplace this because it was supposed to arrive before Christmas, but he showed up on my door. Oh, was it earlier in the week, I think?
Okay.
And I got the McFarlane Toys Justice League Task Force Flash, part of a
Nice.
new wave based on the Justice League Task Force video game from the 90s. So they've got that digitized kind of look to him. You really can't see it on the camera here. I mean, you see a little bit on his head. Um, I saw a review for Batman. Batman looks really cool. I've actually seen one out in the wild. I just haven't picked it up yet.
Okay.
Superman, not crazy about. Aquaman, I haven't seen one yet outside of just pictures. But I dropped the review preview for this guy over on my YouTube channel, and the review for this is going to be up this weekend. And I will say that as excited as I was to get him, because this is the Wally West version from when he
All
got
right.
this version of the costume back in issue number 50, way back in 1990, whenever.
Okay.
Oh, there's some beef I got with this figure. So, and it disappoints me so greatly because I really dig him, man. I mean, it looks so cool, but
Yeah.
going to have to drop into Dan's Toy Box this weekend and check out the review.
Yes. Yeah. You guys definitely want to check that out. I would say I have. I did pre-order it only because so this is going to sound funny, but I pre-ordered uh, the new Hot Toys Flash from the latest movie. I I'm not a fan of the suit. I'll just say I'm not a fan of the suit. I'm really not even a fan of the actor. So, but believe it or not, the main reason why I pre-ordered that figure is because of the collectible ring that he comes with. That that's the main reason why I got him because I already have the Flash from Sideshow that Sideshow did, and honestly, I have not. My only thing that I kind of wish about the figure was I wish that he was just a little more toned. I do understand that Flash is not a super buff guy. I understand that, but I would like to have seen like a little bit more muscle tone with him with that figure. But it's okay. I'm still happy with it. I like the fact that the material that they use is a fabric material that's flexible, so I don't have to worry about anything giving or slowly peeling apart, or no pleather stuff. I had to worry about all that stuff. So I am totally happy, and I got the exclusive one that came with the extra head. So I'm totally happy. The only other thing that I have that I had to be very careful with is like the little lightning bolts on the side of the shoes and on the side of the helmet. Those are very very fragile. So that's my only thing. But other than that, I really haven't had a desire to get another Flash figure. So yeah, that's my only thing. So hey, what's up, Viper? What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. And who else we have in here? We got Brandon. Hello, Happy New Year to you as well. Happy New Year.
Maz is
So
in the group. Mike, Richard
yeah.
is here.
Oh, we got Maz in here. Hey, nice to see y'all. It is good to see everyone in here. Glad you guys were able to join us. So grateful you guys were able to hop in and check us out. Uh, so yeah. Well, for me, I had a couple of things. I didn't get anything. Well, the stuff that I did get new, I kind of showed you guys last year. During because my stuff, some of my things came early for Christmas and everything, so I just kind of showed those things, and they were kind of like early Christmas gifts to me. But I did something interesting a few days ago that I kind of wanted to share with you guys. Um, and while I pull this up, hey Lou, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Glad you joined us. So I'm gonna show you guys this thing. So uh, I, I'll just, without giving a number, I'll just say I have a lot of figures. I have a lot, and so sometimes with my figures, it can be a little overwhelming with stuff to take photos of. So I kid you not, the the spin wheel that we use to announce Laura as the winner for the Coke machine, I was like, you know what, let me try something else. So I literally put every name of every figure that I own and put it in the wheel. And
Did your computer crash? Did the
thankfully
app just go?
it was running on another server, so I don't have to be concerned about that. But I literally I put all the names in a wheel, and I was like, whatever name comes up, then that is the figure that I'm going to take a photo of. so so I literally spun the wheel, and I it just gave me the name. So I was like, oh, you know what? I haven't taken pictures of him in a while. So I was like, let me go ahead and just snap a picture. So I'm going to share with you guys. Some of you may have already seen it if you go onto my Instagram. But this is the figure that I ended up taking a picture of.
Ooh.
So I I have the 1.0 Spider-Man, and I was like, you know what? I haven't taken pictures of this guy in a while. So, and he's still fairly new. But I was like, yeah, I had to put him out. So this is the Spider-Man 2.0 version. This is the Hot Toys version. So yeah, and it was something that I had to do that was just pretty unique. So yeah, I was like I had to get this figure. So, but there's a couple of things I want to mention as a result of this figure. Uh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I'm you. You know what? You and I are in the same boat.
Yeah, I don't think
you,
I'm that far off either.
yes, yes. I can definitely say that that it is over that amount as well. So I can agree with you. So you understand. You totally understand my same thing. So so anyway, this is just so y'all can see. This is the figure right here, and he has these ratchet for these these are actually pretty pointy
Yeah,
uh,
they are.
for these things, and it's just a great overall figure. I love the upgrade for the suit and everything. So I just think that he's just absolutely amazing. So yeah, so this was the figure that I used, but I also want to share with you guys that this is the lens that I use to get the shot, to get that close up shot. This is the Canon 35 millimeter macro lens. I use this for a lot of my shots. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you this as well.
Hey, you know what? While you're doing that, I just thought
Yeah.
of something. Got to throw a belated birthday shout out. Terry Smith
Oh
just turned
yes,
54 the other day. So
yes,
Terry, if you happen to be watching or if you're going to catch us later on,
yeah.
Toytography and Dan's Toy Box wish you a very happy birthday, sir.
Yes, yes. Happy birthday to you, sir. It was funny because he mentioned that he was like, I was getting so many notifications on my phone, I had to turn notifications off. So,
Yeah, I saw
so
that.
yeah, he was very much appreciative of the whole thing. So
Well, it made me feel good because just a couple weeks from now, I'll be turning 54. So Terry and I are in that same age bracket.
see, there you go, there you go.
Birth year of 71, baby.
So so yeah, so with the 35 millimeter, I got this shot, and also show you some of the other images that I take with my 35 millimeter lens, because
Ooh.
it just helps me get a lot of good detail in my figures. Like whenever I want to highlight some really good features on a particular figure, I go straight to my 35 millimeter because it allows me to get those crisp shots, and again get in with all the details with everything. So yeah, this has been my go-to lens whenever I want to hit the highlights for that. But yeah, as you can see, like all of the details that it captures in the shots, my 35 catch that. So yeah, if you don't have some kind of macro lens or whatever, I would say experiment with it. You can actually find a 35 millimeter for a pretty good price. You maybe like a couple $100, more or less.
Oh, that's not bad
Um,
at all.
but yeah, they really just capture all of the details that you may want your viewers to see, and they may not always see it because sometimes there's so much going on in the image. You may not be able to, they may not be able to see everything, but you'll know because you took with your macro, it's all there.
I may
So
have to invest in one for my Canon. I got to get my Canon out and start taking more shots.
yeah, I was
I do love me that advanced suit. I know when they introduced it in the first video game, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, but man, the more I look at it, just
yeah.
here it is.
Yeah, I mean the
Very
colors
cool.
are very, very vibrant in there. So yeah, yeah, it's just overall it's an absolute great figure, and so yeah, so that's a great stuff. So excuse me, we're gonna move on to our next segment. Uh,
Hashtag TTM Live.
all right, so
We need
we
to come
have.
up with a sounder for that, man. Just to just to have it come in. Just get right up on the mic and do it.
I'm gonna have to do something at some point to like yeah to highlight each segment that we move on to. So
Right. We've got to have that transition frame, That way the
that's true.
viewers know what we're doing.
Yes, yes, that's true. That's true. We should yeah. So as we grow, well, and then I also got to grow from my background because oh my gosh, man, this just looks plain.
I
I got to
know, I
change that.
know. I
I got
mean,
to work on that.
you
It's
gotta get
coming.
you gotta get this going on. Ooh, everybody,
Yeah,
now who's getting
yeah.
sick now? We got motion sickness.
See, right. See, and the
All right,
other
I'm
thing
in a
is,
great mood today. I have been looking forward to the show all day today. It's been the first week back after time off and the holidays has just been
yeah,
absolutely hectic.
yeah,
And I woke up this morning and I said, we got a show today.
right,
And of course, I couldn't remember if we were going to have a guest today or if it was next week. Now it looks like
right.
it potentially could be next week.
Yep, yep. Looks like it'll be
And
next time. So
and
yeah, so
sadly, next week will be a short week for me because I got to jump off a little early. But it's all
uh,
right. We're
it's okay.
back and we're having fun, and that's
Yes.
all that matters.
So yeah. So with that said, let's go ahead and let's jump into our first image. Uh, this one I like. Oh wait, my mistake. My mistake. Let's pull this up. Hold on. Sorry about that. There we go. There
There
we
we
go.
are.
Uh, yes. So this one was submitted by Bram. So he's in the building. So thanks for being here, and we will take a look at what we got. Um, but yeah, I like this one. I really like this image mainly because I like the pose.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get images where it's the image is sometimes plain, like you get no backgrounds or anything, but you can appreciate the posing. So this one you get a little bit of both. You get like a nice good image, good background, and you get a great pose. So I would say that this is definitely a nice shot. um, my thing is, I would say the I would kind of play around with the depth of field a little more on it. The character in the foreground, yes, he's he's blurred, and that is totally okay. Um, but I would probably actually, you know what? I would say probably I would position the figure unless he's coming in for the shot. I mean, coming in for the punch as opposed to landing it,
Yeah.
because it looks like from here, it looks like the fist has not made contact yet.
Right. It looks like
And
he's kind of flying in on that gap, and I agree.
yeah,
The problem, of course, is so I've got progressive lenses, right?
hmm
And the foreground blur on the figure in front
Hmm.
is playing havoc with my lenses when I try to adjust it to get a good view of it. I think if
Hmm.
that were just a little bit more crisp, like you said, kind of adjusting that depth of field.
Right, right, right.
But
Yeah.
I do love the yellow and blue lighting too. I mean, that's a really
Yes.
nice split, almost an even middle split there, and it looks like we got some smoke in there as well. I mean, at first I was thinking maybe that was a blur behind the fist, but composition wise, I dig
Yeah,
it.
yeah. That's the thing. That's what I do see the blur effect because it kind of adds like he's giving the impression that there's some speed coming behind that punch, which is really nicely done. I would, but for me, I would say if the character has not landed the punch yet, I would actually position the figure a little bit above. So, like, you see how the fist is here?
Hmm.
I would actually position to where the fist would be up there,
Oh yeah, that makes sense
coming
because as
down
he's
for the
closing
shot.
in,
Yeah.
it's going to draw downward.
Yes. So that's the only thing. If you're ever doing an image like this where the character has not made contact yet, you kind of want to put it in a position to where um, you can kind of tell the direction of where he's going. Now, unless he's not going for the face and going straight for the chest, because that's where it looks like he's going for. He's
Hmm.
going for the chest. So yeah, that's definitely um, just kind of get an idea of where you can position your characters depending upon where you're going. Oh well, hey man, hey, that's happy accidents are always wonderful. So,
That's right.
yeah, we always welcome happy accidents for sure.
Absolutely.
Because I would say it if that was an accident, man, that looks great because it fell into place. Like literally, you could see right around the feet there, and being right there behind the fist. That's that's a good position, to see that to where it just happened to show up. That's
It's
fantastic.
almost as if he's leaving a trail behind as he's lunging into
Yes.
this attack.
Right, 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 right. Yeah, so that was, I mean, yeah, so I would say that's the only thing is like if you want to like determine where the fist is going, you'll get a sense of direction with that. So yeah. Oh, and see, that's good too. I mean, I sometimes do that. Sometimes I have a little mini smoke machine, and I will sometimes use the smoke machine as well to just kind of blend in to where you don't see anything. So yes, again, all praises to the happy accidents. Those are the great, they're the great things, absolute greatest. So next thing we have, oh wow,
Ah,
this is Jay. Man, I
yay.
gotta tell you again, Jay is he is on it with the humor in his
Uh,
in his images there.
Absolutely.
So
That is spectacular.
yeah, yeah. So it's always like he's got the pet or he's got the babysitter. Sometimes people use their pets as babysitters. So it's like yes. So yeah, this is definitely a good shot as well. I would say uh, my only thing is the like as far as your lighting is concerned, everything seems to just be evenly lit. Uh,
Hmm.
Now, if that's what you was going for, then by all means, it's a good shot. I honestly would have played a little bit more with the lighting, where I would have darkened the lighting in the background so that you get more focus on what's going on in the foreground. Uh,
Right.
if you darken the background, um, it just the whatever the viewer is looking at, it subconsciously tells the viewer that there's something back there, but you don't need to be concerned about it. And so therefore they'll stay focused on the foreground. When you light the background, then the subconscious will look at it and say, there's something in the background. Oh, let me see what that is. And if there's nothing back there, then it's like, oh, okay, let me see what that is. Oh, it's nothing. And let me come back to
Hmm.
the foreground. It's amazing how the the mind works everything out as far as what it's seeing and what it's processing, all with just a matter of a few seconds, as far as what you'll see. So and then again in this shot, I just would have darkened the background. That is it. Everything else, even with the little toys in front and the two characters, great shot. I think you're lighting on them as well. You have good shadows on the gargoyles. So yeah, there's as far as everything in the foreground, I would not change anything. It's just the background. That's the only thing I would do is just darken it just a little bit so people can understand that that's a wall back there, but they don't need to focus on it. So
You,
yeah, that's my thing.
when I saw this on Facebook when it was submitted, I looked at it, and as a parent, my first thought was the first time one of my boys
Hmm.
met our dog and how cute it was. And
Okay.
you grab the phone and you grab the phone or your camera and you get a picture of it, and you're not really thinking about like composition, you're not thinking about background. You're just like, oh my god, that's adorable. I got to get a shot of it. And
Right.
that was
Right.
went through my mind on this. It's like,
Yes. Yeah.
they're sitting in the living room. Little guy goes over to play with the dog. Mama Gargoyle's like, oh, I got to get a picture. How cute.
Right.
And it just tells such a cool story.
It does. It
But like
does.
you said, I mean, if they did darken that background a little bit, but I mean, by the same token, that could be the light by the sofa that's hitting the wall, and they just
True.
saw the cute moment and had to get that shot. But I think this is absolutely adorable, and I do love the toys in the foreground. I mean,
Yep.
such great storytelling in such a condensed image.
Yes. Yes. And that's the thing. The great thing about photography, and that's the challenging part about photography, is when you're doing something like this. It's like, how much of a story can you tell with one image to where your mind carries the story after seeing the image. So
Right.
that's the thing. It's something about that. Uh, but he's, you know, what I see. Yeah, yeah. Well, okay.
And that's all we have this week for you, folks. Have a great night.
Yeah. But yes, I would say that's the great thing about just trying to show a story in a single image that portrays affection, sadness, humor, something like that. And so yeah, Jay did a really good job with this. I think he pulled it off nicely. So
Ooh,
our
like Crom.
Kenneth Schroeder, yeah, this was another good shot here. Uh, I definitely like I like how the light highlights all the gold in the
Yeah,
areas. So yeah, and this is another thing. Sometimes you can look at a background and it doesn't quite match. But for this, I think you got the lighting well because you got your dark lights that which I'm assuming they use just a computer monitor. They probably use a screen for the
that's
background.
what I'm thinking. It looks,
Um,
cool.
but see the nice thing about it is that you have the blue in the background, and you manage to get the blue on the steps in the foreground.
Mm-hmm.
So it connects. It connects it all, and you have just your highlights in there. And on top of that, I was going to say, considering the time period of this piece, you wouldn't have a whole lot of bright lights
Right.
because that's kind of what they are going for, is to in that room. So it's definitely a good setup. I think you really did a really good job with your lighting. I could and this is I'm only pointing this out only because I've now been looking at the image for a while, because the more you look at an image, the more you start seeing other things. So I think it's kind of funny how you had to turn the legs outward just to get him to to face in properly for it. So his knees are like going opposite directions just so he can fit properly in the chair. But
Hey,
still, it's
Conan's allowed to man spread all he wants.
no comment, no comment, no. No,
Oh,
it is totally all right. So yeah, I think they did a good job with this. I really, yeah, I as far as a critique, I really don't have much to say on this. Kenneth, I think you did a good job on the shot, man. I think the highlights are really well done, and you did a nice job of matching your background with the foreground. So yeah, this is definitely a good shot here.
you know what really sells it for me too is the way he strategically positioned his overhead lights, because it
Mm,
looks like the big candelabras in the background
yes, it
are
does.
providing that light, on his shoulders, on the upper part, and maybe just a little darker on the face would have been more would have been more.
Mm,
But he does manage to very, very convincingly sell the backlit with the candles that are on that screen
yeah,
by the way he placed this. And I mean, and you can see overhead where the light glow is coming in. But yeah, I agree with you. I mean,
yeah.
the blue lighting on the bottom, trying to match that up, getting that backlighting on it is absolutely, it's phenomenal. This is a really, really nice shot.
Yeah, yeah, it's really, really good, really good. So let's see what we got to for the next one here. Oh, okay,
Ooh.
this is a good one. This was actually kind of put in at the last moment. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta add this in.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean,
the,
given what's going on and through the Midwest and the East Coast, I've been sitting in here watching the snow. By the way, it's a balmy 15 degrees here in Western New York, but it feels
oh
like 2.
wow,
So it's
wow,
chilly out. And
yeah,
this is a fitting example of what we're going through.
yeah. Which I will say for those of you who may be concerned because there has been a lot going on about it. So I will just take time to mention that. The wildfires that are going on here in California right now, yes, they are still going on, and I mean it's kind of amazing because I roughly live about close to I'd say roughly 25 to 30 miles from where the wildfires are, and man, we're still getting like the ash and the smoke all the way over here. So yeah, it's going quite a bit, but we're all right. Everything is okay over here. The winds have died down over here, so everything is looking
You
good.
know,
But
I meant
there
to
is
ask you about that earlier, but I Google mapped where you're at to where the
yeah,
fires are. I'm like, okay, he's a far enough distance away that I know my buddy's safe.
yes,
But
yeah.
yeah, I've been
We're
thinking about you.
definitely we're feeling the heat over here a little bit. I would say as well, but we're doing okay. The funny thing is in the opposite direction. I would say roughly about maybe close to 100 miles, maybe, is Big Bear, California, and they got snow up there. So this is totally fitting for the image I'm looking at right now because it's like,
Right.
West, if I was up there, this is the shot I'd be going for.
Now
So,
I know that Michael's on, and I swear I saw a color version of this on Facebook today too.
oh,
If
really?
he, I believe he did. Mike, if you're on, correct me. I don't know if you did a B&W and a color version. I mean, but
Yeah.
because the color version, I think the background was like a very faded blue, which would have been
Okay.
awesome. I love this,
Yes.
but
Yeah. You know what? I would like to have seen the color image as well because I mean it's the the black and white photos do highlight. They'll hit the highlights for sure.
yeah.
They'll enhance the highlights. But I mean overall, just in and of itself, this is a good image.
Hmm.
I think the image looks great. It's I mean, and definitely the pose fits the figure. That's for sure.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, I'm kind of curious. I would like to see the color version of that one because I didn't see the color version when I was looking online for this. So
I
it'll
mean,
be
I may be incorrect, but I swear either it's a terrible sense of deja vu, or my brain is trying to tell me I saw something I didn't. But
well.
please
I
tell
will
me.
say this. I will say that there are some images that we're going to look at in just a moment And I believe there was one person who did release an image, both color and black and white. So I didn't, unfortunately, I didn't get them to match up. So, but we will see both of them on there. But either way, I would say I do like this particular shot.
Yeah, the snowfall around it looks great. And
Yes.
one of the things that I've always talked about, you see in my reviews of figures, is sometimes simple is better.
Hmm.
And in this instance, I mean, you're telling an amazing story with just a very, very straightforward shot.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like I like the pose. I love the snowfall around him. This is just a good picture.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say this is definitely good. Again, it leaves, and that's one of the other things that you can do with certain photos of how things are. Like your eyes may roam, but how you take the shot, no matter where your eyes go, they automatically are drawn back to the thing that the photographer wants you to look at,
Hmm.
wants you to see. So no matter where, yes, you can go ahead and you can roam around the photo and everything to see everything, but your eyes are always drawn back to what the subject is if it's done correctly.
Yep.
Sometimes you try and look at something, and whatever the photographer wants you to look at, you'll see it, but sometimes the background or something in the foreground will be distracting, and then it gets pulled towards that. So,
Oh, we had
good.
that a couple of weeks ago, I think, with the one picture with Obi-Wan where the flower bush in the background kept pulling your eye over to it. That's a great
Right,
example.
right. Yes, yeah. So let's see what we got to. Oh, I like this one.
Ah,
I like this. I When I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, we gotta look at this.
nice.
So
Who submitted this one?
this was Turner,
Turner.
Turner Warren. Man, and he's been doing some shots with Popeye lately, and I gotta say, man, this is a great job on this one. I mean, this the splashes of the water,
The
everything.
reflection, I mean, you can see the raft and the oars in the water
Yes, yeah. I would
with the
say this
lighthouse in the
was,
background.
and going through the storm with the stormy seas, and yes, and seeing the lighthouse. I mean, and interesting enough. So this is pretty funny. I don't know if you guys knew about this, uh, but so Popeye in 2025 became public domain, uh, and so this is he's now like he's free to use in whatever kind of media that you want to use. And so, interesting enough, when I was looking at the backstory of Popeye, uh, he was not the main character in the comic from the beginning.
Oh,
It was actually Olive Oil and her family,
oh
and
wow.
yeah, and it was all about her, and I believe her brother and their dog or something like that. It was something around it, but it all revolved around them. But then Popeye was brought in later on, and he was supposed to be brought in as like this strong character, and so it ended up being he Popeye became such a likable character that he took over the cartoon. So
Right.
it was just it was just amazing to see. So and here it is, but we never. I mean, we saw how strong he was and things like that, but you never really saw. I think this is a good modern take that
Uh-huh.
Turner did on how to show the strength of Popeye. So, man, I think this shot you did a phenomenal job with the shot, and just the boat showing the strength. And here's the thing: it's like we all. I would say the only thing that's a giveaway that he's a toy is the one separation of the torso in the center.
Yep.
That is the only thing. That is the only thing that just kind of gives it away. But
Oh,
that, in a way, that's kind of like the amazing thing about it because you get reminded of like, hey, this is a toy thing, but it's a good highlight for it. So yeah, it was. I would say this is a great job for
he
the.
uh he made the boat by hand. Check that out in the
Oh,
comments
that's
there.
oh wow,
Phenomenal.
wow.
You know, this picture is the epitome of what we just talked about with Michael Shout with the Wampa. Your eyes
Mhm.
will look at everything in it, but
Yeah,
it's drawn back to what the photographer wants you to see. I
yeah,
love it. I love the lightning in the background,
yeah.
the lighthouse in the far distance there with the
Right.
reflection. I mean, the
Yeah,
reflection work in and of itself, regardless of how it was done, whether it is just this is spectacular.
yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
say, no offense to the other photographers
Right,
submitting
right,
a slew of great photos, but thus far,
right, right.
I gotta say this is my favorite of the
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, I would say you definitely checked all the boxes in this one. So yeah, man, great job, and again putting. But see, I know that, and I'm glad you mentioned that about the boat because man, from here on out, man, people are going to see this image, and that's the I guess you could say the kind of the bittersweet about this kind of photography where you put a lot of detail and sometimes no one will ever know the amount of care and detail that you put into the images, but it's still appreciated, but it's even more appreciated with that knowledge that you built the thing yourself. That's yeah, man, great job. I understand how you feel the same thing because the photos that I took with my Popeye with the dock that I built for the thing. So I did the same thing, built the dock by hand and everything, but no one's ever going to know that stuff. So
That's one of the things I love about when we see these artists and they put their behind the scenes pictures up.
yeah.
I saw an amazing one the other day. It was an Indiana Jones shot, and
Mm-hmm.
when I saw the behind the scenes, I was blown away because the entire dial and setup, it
Yeah.
looked a lot bigger in the picture
Yeah.
because of the angle of the shot.
Yeah.
But when he pulled back on it and you could see how it was set up, it was remarkably small and of course hand built. And I
Right.
think that's the other part. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't have just photographers.
Right.
We've got people who are building their own dioramas, they're
Yeah.
buying the materials, and and they're crafting these absolutely
Right.
incredible photos
Right. Right.
and the
Right.
story behind them all. That's what we really got to do. We just need to do a feature article on the story behind the picture.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree
You know
because
what would
I
be
mean I have
cool?
to say that this is the reason why. I mean, I mentioned this several times before, but this is the reason why we include as many people as we can into all of this
Yeah.
because the amount of care that people put into these photos, we are not just taking photos of toys. It's this is it goes beyond that. It's I'd say this is just one of those rabbit holes where you see the hole, but man, once you dig deep into it, you really see how far it goes, and you just find some amazing things as you're going by. So that's really the point of Toytography Magazine and this Toytography Live. And even just for again the people who are maybe joining later, whatever. But this is also the reason why we're doing the Toytography contest because we want to just find another way that we can highlight all of these special people that are out there. So any avenue that we can find that will help in highlighting the work that all you all do. These are the ways that we find. So yeah, again, great job on that. So I'm gonna move on to our final segment. So we have now these particular photos. These were submitted into the Toytography group that we have, so we're not going to be critiquing the photos or anything like that. We just want to highlight the ones that are in the Toytography Facebook group. So if you're watching online and you are not part of the Toytography Facebook group, you definitely want to consider being a part of it because there's so much stuff that you will find there beyond uh, just coming here to Toytography Live and stuff like that because there's so many talented people all around. So I'm gonna bring this up so we can take a look. Uh,
And as he runs this, remember, hit that like button, subscribe, jump
Yes.
over to Dan's Toy Box, subscribe. And as Brian said, if you're not in the Toytography group in Facebook, what's wrong with you?
Right. You're
Get in
missing out.
there.
You're
Come on.
totally missing out.
You have no reason not to be.
Right. So yeah. So these are just some good shots. I'm gonna pull out so you guys can get some better views of these here. So let me see here. Let me pull this out here. Another really good one.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. There's been some very. This is one that was submitted in black and white as well, which we'll see. But this is another good shot here. Yeah, these are some
Ooh.
really good ones. Yeah,
Oh,
see,
now that's
there you go.
I don't even know which one I like. I think I like the black and white better on that one.
Right.
Wow. I love the oil stains. This is just so amazing.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, these are some again, these are just all of the talented people that we have in our group.
I had to do a double take on that because I'm like, that's not a toy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This is again, it's just amazing stuff. I will say I missed out on this one. This was actually a story through this one, but I just didn't add all the other ones in. But if you want to see the story from that previous image, just go back into the group. They actually listed or showed a series of images to tell the story of that. This was
Oh,
actually one of the
yeah.
other images from there, but they tell a whole story with their images, and they did a good job with that. Yeah, these are all some good ones.
I like that.
Yeah. Again, showing the highlights and stuff like that. These are like really clever.
Hmm. Smoke again. I need to invest in a smoke machine.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty cheap. The next, actually, when we have our segment next week, I'll show the one that I have. It's
Ooh,
really well.
this is cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, we had quite a few Spider-Man shots in here.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Spider-Man shots.
Right, right. Yeah,
Oh, there we go. I love the old school Tarzan comic in the front. That's great.
yeah. I like this one as well.
I do too.
This is a good setup for these guys. It's
Oh,
like I said, it's totally fitting for Popeye and stuff. But yeah,
ooh,
nice highlights. Nice.
yeah. It's a little pack of Marlboros there.
Right.
I know that guy.
Right. Interesting setup. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Two of them meet. Yeah. This was a nice shot as well. I like this one.
I do
It
too.
it reminded me of the Bandito card that's coming out that the pre-order. If you guys haven't pre-ordered, definitely jump on that. This was another
Oh,
good
that's
shot.
good.
Yeah. I like the flashlight. They did a good job with the light there.
Sure did. I like that last Ronin setup. That's sharp.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love the dark saber in the front. That's cool.
Right. Man, he got my figure. This is my figure. I'm gonna be getting this one pretty soon. I'm
Oh, I
looking
can't
forward
wait
to
to see
mine.
pictures of that.
Yeah. Jack Sparrow. I've been wanting my Jack Sparrow back for a long time, and I finally get a chance to get this one. Oh, this is
Hey,
the
that
one
was
that
familiar. I'm going to be
yeah,
talking about him this
yep.
weekend.
There you go. There you go. This was another one where the story was kind of told, the series of images that was put online. So if you guys want to go to the Facebook group and check that out, you can see the whole story of that one.
Oh, looks like they must
Kind of
have
like
done a
they were
little
behind the
series
scenes.
with that one
Yeah.
as well.
Yep. This was one of the other
Oh,
shots. I was like, wow, man, y'all really We blew that thing up.
Ah, that is
Quite the
fantastic.
garage.
You know, whoever took the shot with their lizard, they need a Godzilla now and have the two together.
I know, right?
This I like. That's cool. Hey, Jesse just poked his head in. And
Oh, hey,
speaking
what's
of
up, Jimmy?
whom,
And just in time too, because we did. There's his image.
this I saw this on Facebook earlier, and that is
All right.
friggin' cool.
Yes.
I love these. Ooh.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Here's our final. That was perfect timing, man. You jumped right in, right when your image showed up. That was that was like perfect timing on that. Hey
You
guys,
know
by the
what it
way,
was,
here's
don't
my
you?
image.
He had it on someone else's screen so that he could
Right.
wait, and then he's like, "I'm in."
Yeah, he was jacked into the computer like perfect timing. It was like, hey, I think my image is about to. Oh, let me get online real quick. It's
Jesse's
all
got
right.
Jesse's
Yeah,
got that psychic ability. He
yeah, I
knows.
guess so. Yeah.
Oh, you did that logo. That I
Oh,
love that
yeah,
last
that
drawing
was a
shot.
good one. Yes,
That was a
yes,
great
that
one.
was definitely good shots. Well, that's actually going to do it for today for our show. Again, I want to mention to you guys, if you haven't already, go to toytographymag.com/challenge and get your name in so we can start. Take a look. Like we have quite a few submissions already. So yeah, if you want to throw some images in, push yourself to the top. It's still possible. You can still do that. Let's do that. The deadline for the submissions is January 19th. So you roughly have, say, about 10 more days
Yep.
to submit your stuff in. So, yeah, if you guys want to get in on that, you don't want to miss out on that. Oh, hey, glad we're able to inspire you guys.
Hey,
Uh,
and you guys inspire us. We love you so much, man. We really appreciate
yes.
all the support for the show and just and you guys just being you and putting out this great work that you're putting out.
Yes,
We
yes.
couldn't do it without all of
We
you.
love all you guys. I mean, again, we do this to inspire you guys, but it goes both ways. You guys inspire us as well. So definitely, thank you for that. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you haven't liked and subscribed already. And yeah, that'll do it for us for today. And I guess we will see you
Next
next
week.
week. Have a great week.
Take care, all.